Friends, everything that is invented in the world is the result of a science experiment. Normally, when a new experiment is to be done, the world's best scientists are called. But in today's video, I will show you such experiments on YouTube that you will be surprised to see. So let's start our countdown. Gun in concrete. Friends, normally, if you want to test a gun, it is checked by firing it in the air. Or people go to the shooting range, shoot the guns and test them. By the way, you must have seen guns shooting underwater in many movies. But have you ever seen a gun running in concrete? Well, the video you are watching, a famous YouTuber Edwin has done a very unusual experiment with a gun. He took 4 plastic buckets and filled them with liquid concrete. After that, he took 4 powerful pistols and put these pistols in each of the 4 buckets. And left this concrete to freeze. The 4 guns he had kept in the concrete contained Taurus, Revolver 38, Glock 19, Ranch gun and 500 Magnum gun. Well, after putting the guns in the concrete, Edwin left them to dry for a week. And after a week, when these guns were blasted, the results were amazing. You will be surprised to know that a pistol bullet that blasts everything and runs at a speed of milliseconds. After going into the concrete, it also stopped. As you can see, firing Taurus, Glock 19, and Ranch gun did not affect the concrete at all. But when the last 500 Magnum gun was fired and checked, 2 pieces of concrete had already broken in the fire. This gun is so powerful that it cannot be stopped from shooting in stone. Well, this experiment was really very weird. Lamborghini and shredder. Friends, many of you must know that when you have to crack a huge or heavy metal thing, it is put in a shredder machine. The shredder machine cuts any metal into small pieces and then melts these pieces and sends them to be recycled. In addition to this, many metals of the world are pressed through a hydraulic press and congested so that they can be transported easily. But what if someone puts the world's most expensive car in a shredder machine or hydraulic press? Well, this weird and expensive experiment was done by the world's biggest YouTuber Mr. Beast. In this video, he put one of the world's most beautiful and expensive cars, Lamborghini, in a huge hydraulic press. As you can see, it was such a powerful hydraulic press that it crushed such a big car. Not only that, but in one video, Mr. Beast has also put a Lamborghini car in a big shredder and checked it. In this video of Mr. Beast, an expensive Lamborghini is being tried to grind by putting it in a shredder. By the way, when the old thing goes in the shredder, it gives a very satisfying feeling. But seeing such a luxury car being a shredder will wake anyone up. Well, this car was very beautiful before going into the machine. But as soon as it was put in the shredder, this expensive car also became minced. Although this experiment was completely useless, but Mr. Beast can go to any extent for entertainment. This is really unbelievable. Acid versus lava. Friends, we all know that acid and lava are one of the most dangerous things in the world. But do you know which of these 2 things is more dangerous? Well, to prove this, a famous YouTuber Mark Rober has done a lot of experiments on acid and lava. So that you can find out which of these 2 things is more damaging. First of all, he decided to test an iPad with his friends. And he took a running iPad and put lava on it. As soon as the lava fell on the iPad, it suddenly caught fire and it started to melt. But even after melting, the sound of the video was coming out of it. And then it completely burned and the sound also stopped. After this, he put the iPad in 8 liters of acid. As soon as the iPad went inside the acid, its screen turned black. And then the color of the acid also turned black. After this, he took 1.2 carat diamond and started putting lava on it. At first, he thought that lava would have completely melted the diamond. But when it cooled down, the diamond was exactly the same inside it. Then he threw this diamond into the acid. Well, you won't believe that despite going into such a dangerous acid, there was no effect on this diamond. And it was absolutely safe. Finally, he put acid on a car engine and checked it. He started the car and put the acid jar on top of it and drilled a hole in this jar. So that acid kept falling on the engine. As soon as this acid fell on the engine of the car, orange and yellow smoke started to come out of it. But the interesting thing is that even though the engine was burning, it did not stop. After this, he put burning lava on another car engine. As soon as the lava fell on the engine, it caught fire. And the engine burned to ashes. As you can see, this lava completely destroyed the engine. Anyway, whatever it is, these experiments prove that both these things are very dangerous. Axe versus hammer. Friends, if we talk about an axe, it is normally used to cut wood. Although its size is normal. But have you seen the biggest axe in the world? And not only that, but what if you try to break a car with this huge axe? Well, you will be surprised to know that the famous YouTube channel How Ridiculous has performed this weird experiment on its channel. For this, first of all, he built the biggest axe in the world at a remote location. After that, when it was ready, he first put small things under it and checked how it works. Then he decided to put a car under it. Well, first of all, these people brought a car here and released it by putting it just below the axe. As you can see, this huge axe damaged the car badly. Not only that, but these YouTubers have also built the world's largest hammer and nail. And with the help of his hammer, they have also tried to cut the nail. But this nail was very slippery as well as big. So when the hammer was hit on it, it slipped. But this huge hammer destroyed everything else. Whatever was kept under it, it destroyed it. Anyway, whatever it was, this experiment was really very satisfying. Biggest balloon. Friends, whenever we have someone's birthday, the most important item in it is a balloon. By the way, you must have blown balloons with a needle many times. But have you ever seen the world's largest balloon bursting? Well, this mind-blowing experiment was done on the How Ridiculous channel. These three friends took the world's largest balloons and blew them with different tools. The first experiment they did with the help of a pen. For this, they filled all the balloons with air and attached them in a line. After that, they took a pen and turned its tip side towards the balloon and hit it with full force in the balloons. As you can see, this pen had blown almost all the balloons in one throw. Anyway, the process of blowing balloons looks amazing. But when it is seen in slow motion, it looks even more satisfying. Anyway, these people blasted these balloons with a lot of things. But in the end, they used an arrow command and hit these balloons with an arrow. They put the balloons in order. And as soon as this arrow was fired, this arrow blew all the balloons together. Even when this scene was seen in slow motion, it looked even more satisfying. Well, this experiment was really mind-blowing.